Hi, welcome back. We're here with Dr. De Silva, and he actually just made a great presentation to the other physicians that are here today. I would talk to say Dr. De Silva is one of the experts relating to the cannabis world and what's going on in making sure that you get the right product for what you need for. So, Dr. De Silva, welcome.
My
Appreciate
pleasure.
you being here.
Thank you. Thanks for the invitation.
So, tell us a little bit about your journey through the world of nutrition.
Well, the journey of wellness is what I like to call it. This is my 34th year in clinical practice. I'm a traditional medical doctor. I'm an MD, trained as an internist. But I was born in Sri Lanka. And, I saw a lot of botanical medicine, a lot of healers while I was there. And came to the U.S. when I was 10 years old. So it was, for me, a very eye-opening experience when I went to medical school. I've always believed that the plants and the herbs. My father's a botanist.
Oh, okay.
Is trained in botany.
That's a leg up for you.
Yeah, it's a leg up for me. So there, I've always believed that there's the best of both worlds. I mean, there's a lot of ways to do certain things. A little bit Eastern medicine, a little bit of Western medicine, and that's how I came up with my 5 points of wellness. And wellness in general for me is
well, healing is healing. Staying obviously, if you follow a regimen of wellness, you have less healing.
Yes.
Okay,
Exactly.
But in a combination of both. So tell us a little bit about it. Tell us about the talk you did today about.
Well,
wellness.
what I spoke today about at the conference was on some data and some studies that we did on full spectrum hemp oil. The name of the product is called Med7, and that was what I spoke on. But my wellness journey and what I treat and talk to my patients about are my 5 points of wellness. Number one, and this is not in any particular order.
Right.
Number one is your fuel. What kind of fuel do you put into your engine?
Isn't that truth?
It's the truth. I mean, I'm one of the doctors that works with the professional drivers at the Mercedes-Benz AMG Driving Academy. So a lot of the guys that are and gals that are in that drive, that are instructors, I tell them all the time, this machine called the human body is an incredible, incredible machine. If you put kerosene into that gasoline engine, what's going to happen?
Right.
You're not going to get performance.
Right.
And if you're putting the wrong fuel in, it ain't happening.
Right. Exactly.
And that's what this is about, is putting the right fuel in. So that's number one, is your diet. Stop eating the sweets and the cookies and the candy and the junk. You got to stop that.
Right.
Number two is your hormones. I'm 64 years of age. What are my hormones? Well, I need my hormones to be optimized, because if the hormones are not optimized, what's going to happen is you're going to have deficits. And we're talking about bioidentical hormones. There's a lot of misconceptions about hormones and the use of hormones. They're dangerous, they cause cancer. Make sure you talk to the right people about it.
One of the things is always looking for a professional to talk to.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you see driving down 95 in the Miami area, you see all kinds of ads for people in hormone clinics and come and get. It's not how you do hormones.
No.
You've got to go to somebody who's a medical doctor, who's trained, who knows not only to do hormones, but they have to know how to deal with the side effects.
Right.
It's very easy to give somebody an injection or a pellet or a cream.
Right.
But to manage and handle the side effects if and when they do come up is critical.
Right. Absolutely.
So we're sitting here and they're getting ready to serve lunch, and what do we see out there? We see a bunch of Coke, Diet Coke.
Right.
That's not health.
No.
That's disease.
That's right. That's something, drink water.
I don't even see any water on there.
No, there's no water.
There is no water there. I mean, that's what's upsetting. So hormones. Number three, and this is not in any particular order, is exercise. You've got to move.
Right.
You've got to do something and stop making excuses, but you got to find something that you enjoy doing.
Because if you don't enjoy it, you're not going to do it.
You're not going to do it.
Right.
I love to play tennis and pickleball. That's what I do. And that's what I enjoy doing, and that's what I would tell my patients to do. Number four, supplements. Your vitamin D, 90%, 80% of the U.S. population is deficient in vitamin D.
Right.
And all the benefits of vitamin D are across the board.
Okay.
And last but not least, your spirituality. You got to be a good person. One good deed a day. If I do a good deed towards you, your immune system gets boosted by 40%. My immune system, by doing that good deed, gets boosted by 40%. But here's the beauty. The beauty is every single person that witnesses that good deed, their immune system gets boosted by 40%.
Yeah,
What does that cost?
That's right. And one of the things that I belong to, and I have for many, many years, is a Rotary Club.
Yes.
And a Rotary Club is out there to benefit others, not yourself.
Right.
You're out there to what good can you do in your community, in the world, and you got to have some balance, and that's my balance. That's my balance
wonderful.
to be able to give back. And people don't say, well, is it to make business contacts? I can tell you, 18 years in the Rotary Club, not one business deal was cut in my Rotary Club, okay? But being able to give back to the community at different events, totally
Charles, I
different
love
story.
it. I love it.
Totally
And
different
that's
story.
what it's about. That's really what it's about. So when I tell people, and I talk about wellness, I tell people, do the preventative maintenance. I change the oil in my cars absolutely every 7,500 miles.
Religiously. Absolutely.
Religiously.
Same thing.
Same
exactly.
thing. You got to do that. If you do the simple right things, your wellness is going to be there. Do the preventative maintenance. Do you need a little bit of overhaul once a night? You got to change the brake pads. You got to change the
Right.
wipers. Yeah, you have to do that.
It's going to wear out. You got to make changes.
You got to do what you can do. And today, we have peptides, we have hormones, we have exosomes, we have PRP, we have stem cell. We have so many new modalities today that it's just unbelievable.
Right.
And it's just overwhelming on the things that you can do. You need to find the right person.
You need to find. I think you need to find the right person, and something like you said earlier. You got to believe in it, and you got to enjoy it. Because
Yes.
if it becomes a challenge, it's never going to work.
Yeah, it's not going to work. It really is not going to work. And I think that, moving forward, for most people that are out there, everybody wants that one pill. They want that easy
Oh, is that
fix.
correct? That's right.
Folks, and I'll look right into the camera here and say to you, good health is work. It is absolutely work. You want to just take one pill and you want to just go home and eat garbage and sit on your couch, it's not going to work.
Yeah, and absolutely, and you're right. And the other thing is also, like with yourself and the physician, you have to see a professional.
Yes.
I mean,
Oh.
if you think you can do this on your own by watching TV ads and doing that kind of stuff, you're sadly mistaken.
Charles, that is a phenomenal point.
Sadly mistaken.
That is a
You got to
phenomenal
see a
point.
healthcare professional.
That is an excellent point. And you've got to see a professional who knows what they're doing.
Right.
Okay? You have to see somebody who's a trained medical doctor or perhaps a nurse practitioner
Right. Mhm.
that knows what they're doing. You do the regular regular blood work. If you need to get more esoteric, okay, you find that person.
Right.
You need to have your cardiogram. You need to have your mammogram, your pap smear, your
Right.
prostate exam. You have to do that. These are just simple, logical things that we all as humans have to do.
Right. I mean, it's almost like, when you go to the car analogy, when you go in and bring your car and you get the oil change, I'm going to give you this 100-point check on your car. Well, you may think that's garbage, but the reality of it is, it makes sense.
Right.
Because things you can't see can go wrong.
Right.
And that's why you're going to see it. You may not see it, but you still need to go through the test and the lab work to be able to see what's going on the
Absolutely.
inside.
Absolutely. There's no question about that. And that's what I would encourage anybody that's watching this to do, is to go to a healthcare professional, go to somebody that you trust, and make sure that you get the basic stuff done.
Because there are too many, as I would say, commercials on TV to take this, lose weight here, do this, that type of stuff. And the reality is, you don't know what your body needs until you talk to a professional.
You don't know whether you have an underactive thyroid. You don't know whether you're anemic. You don't know whether you have heart disease. You don't know if you're diabetic. You don't know whether you need a stress test.
Right.
God forbid you've got something much more serious than that. You have to do the basics. So it comes down to supplementation, for example.
Right. Yeah, talk to us a little bit about your supplement line.
Yeah, it's the name of the supplement line is called Common Sense Supplements, and I don't want to sit here and do an infomercial.
No, but it's good to
for
know
the
what
supplements.
quality is out there.
Right, and it's all of the supplements that we have out there are supplements that I have developed over the years. They either have and/or technology. They have very, very specialized ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's all about delivering these ingredients into the body via a sophisticated technology. For example, our probiotic. Our probiotic has a acid-stable capsule. The capsule does not open up until it gets into the beginning parts of the small intestine. As a result, there's very high viability. Those organisms are not destroyed.
Right.
The organisms don't get destroyed because they release and open where the pH is not so low.
Right.
The other product that we have that I really love is vitamin D. 85% of the U.S. population is deficient in vitamin D, and vitamin
So
D
am I.
is critical. And you live in Florida. You live in Florida, and you're still deficient in vitamin D.
Right.
So vitamin D, it's not just vitamin D. You have to have vitamin K2 along with vitamin D to direct vitamin D where to go. So vitamin K2 is the gatekeeper. It says, go here, along with vitamin A. Vitamin A is the transporter. It gets the fuel. It's the truck that brings the stuff in. So vitamin A, vitamin D, and vitamin K2. Our website is www.cscommonsense-supplements.com. You can see all of the stuff on there. We got about 25 different SKUs.
Okay.
Some of them, we have a cholesterol formula, prostate formula, thyroid formula, blood sugar formula, a very unique calcium. Calcium comes in 6 different forms. If your body needs one form, but you're only taking a different form, it's not going to work.
Right.
So I put all 6 forms together, and your body delivers and does what it's supposed to do.
I mean, I think, again, it's important to know that the development is by a physician and not necessarily somebody who is just trying to sell you supplements that think may work.
Right.
And again, if you want quality, you got to go to quality people. So.
Absolutely. Well, thank you.
Dr. DeSilva, I appreciate you stopping by.
My pleasure, sir.
And if anybody is in the Naples area, you want to maybe just kind of stop by, see what's going on. I know there's a fee to be able to get in it, but they're having a special, I think it's tomorrow or later on this afternoon, just some talks for patients and doctors. They're very inexpensive to come in on. So you may want to just come by.
And I'm moderating that session.
Oh, okay.
I'm moderating that session this afternoon.
Right, and then also be able to maybe stop by the exhibit hall and kind of see what's going on. I'm sure we can kind of get you in. So again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in a little while. Thank you.